Hello, traders and investors. This is Modified Darvas Box coming at you with a weekend review. And instead of filming it in the morning, I'm filming it in the evening. What time is it? 8:55 p.m. on Saturday night because Florida's cold. I mean, it's like almost 60 degrees out. Are you crazy? I don't know why the governor doesn't simply declare a state of emergency here. But anyways, I thought I would do a video and go through this past week. It's a very bullish week. You may recall last week I pointed out all of the various warning signals that were bearish, some big volume, big red volume, some signals like shooter bars, things like that. But again, with trading, and if you're a signals trader, you see the signal, you get prepared, but then the reaction to the signal is what's really important. And I'm sure as you all saw, the reactions to those signals this week was bullish, and in some ways very bullish. So yeah, they flashed signals, but the bullish reactions occurred, which just shows that the market is still very bullish. So we move onwards, and now we wait for the next signal, and that's how easy it is to see what's going on. Other factors occurred, but yeah, we're going to see a lot of bullish charts in this video. For anybody who's never watched one of my videos, I am an independent investor trader. I made my first trade in 1995, so I've been around. I've seen a lot of different markets, and at this stage of my investing career, yeah, I'm all about signals, and I think honestly, I think that's the way to go in my opinion. But you won't see me talk about moving averages because, in my opinion, moving averages are at best 50-50 bets. Are you supposed to buy or sell? Are you supposed to use the 8, the 10, the 13, the 17, the 21, all the different moving averages out there? I don't know. So you just got to pick one and then go for it. Whereas with signals, you see the signal and then you trade the reaction to the signal. So much easier in my opinion. But yeah, I've been doing this a long time. I've got 6 different lists here, which I'm constantly moving stocks around. We're going to take a look at the top 4. And for your reading, if you haven't read it by now, the book to read, How I Made $2 million in the Stock Market by Nicholas Darvas. And if you've read it, then take a look at the strategies at hashtag the strat on X, Twitter, whatever. But yeah, I put it all together, and on my charts here, you can see box ranges and then different colors, which are signals, and helps me figure out what to do in the stock market. So let's get into it. Our first on indexes, first always is the AMZ, and look at this thing, box breakout right there. It's really coming out for some reason, and I don't know why, but oil and gas, energy related names, it looks like they're beginning to really move. And this is a lovely trend. These things pay income, and fabulous to have in an uptrending market. ARK. Okay, no one should buy ARK, but if Kathy Wood is making money, wow, then we all should be making money. But again, here's a great example of the selling the signals that flashed, some big red volume, but the reaction, inside bar, which is this gray. Inside bars are 50-50 bars. The way you do it, just buy it if it keeps going up or sell it if it breaks the low. That's it. So easy. Other color signals on my charts, yellow bar buy signals, bullish blue bars that tend to have red reactions to them, but not always. Pink bars, which are the opposite of blues. Orange hammer bars right here, which are bullish. Or if it's inverted, it's bearish. It's a shooter bar after a shooting star. White bar sell signals opposite of the yellow. So I just keep it nice and simple, and then everything else is just red and a green or red based on whether it's up and down, above or below the one moving average I do use. So, but bullish, We got a signal, bullish reaction to it. So, bull market. BZJ, oil, proxy for oil. Yeah, sideways, but, looks like 3 weeks in a row up. Not up a ton, but up. So there we go. Now the NASDAQ. Okay, here's the big kahuna. We had a lot of signals on this, but the latest one, last week we had the big cautionary signal here. And what does it do? Market reacts bullishly with that big green volume and forms an inside bar. Well, you know what to do. Buy the top, sell the bottom. And but look at that. A lot of signals, but the overall trend is higher. Bull market. Ethereum, yeah, it actually went up a little bit for once. So that's, I guess, bullish, even though all the action's really in Bitcoin. FFTY, look at that. Big green volume bar. Man, investors want growth stocks again. Look at that. This is a proxy for growth stocks. And you know what? For anybody who actually does volume analysis, I constantly talk about this. Color your volume red and green to match what's going on. Sell, 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 buy. And this buy, the bulls stepped up and they put a stop to that downtrend. After that, it went quiet and we didn't get any volume until the bulls started coming back. How about that? The bulls took control after the bears had sold out. And you can interpret that when you see that volume. And the bears tried to knock it down last week. This week, the bulls had an emphatic statement. No way. That's how you can see it. So growth stocks, we just learned right then and there, growth stocks should be doing well. China. So again, we just get more down in China. I thought that was a generational growth buying opportunity in China. Didn't you? David Tepper was pounding the table. Well, again, that volume analysis. Buy, buy, sell. They scream sell way bigger than they scream buy. And look at that. Ever since then, hasn't done anything. You then got the sell signal bar here. And look at it. It's gone down. The easy interpretation. So easy. Try and make this stuff easy on yourself. You drive yourself insane if you use other methods, in my opinion. But I can only offer, my views and, but otherwise, figure it out for yourself. Gold, what do we have here? We got the sell bar in gold. It went down. Look at that volume. A rebound here, but volume was low. I don't really know. But this basically has formed a box, potential box range, and we'll see if it breaks out or goes sideways or goes down. But I don't really see any bullish gotta buy it signals in gold. If you didn't sell it here, well, it's doing all right. Maybe the trend is stronger, it's going sideways. But look at that. See, just a big V shape on that. Hard to make a decision. Junk bonds, sideways action, which is good because if junk's going down, that means the economy's getting tougher. So that looks just fine to me. Insurance going higher, box breakout, volume is low, but hey, that's all right. This is I think this sector is fantastic. Insurance prices only go up, right? Bitcoin, okay, here's the big action for the week. So volume, rip. Look at that. They just got to have their Bitcoin. If the number's like 40, Bitcoin's almost up. How much is that? 40%, 50%, 45%, something like that. Pretty good. 45% from that peak right there. Pretty good. But I don't see any signals. I don't see any bearish signals here. On the daily, I don't see any bearish signals. A small one here, but that was rapidly overcome. Anything on the monthly chart? No, instead the monthly is a big box breakout. Look at that. Boom. So that all looks very, very bullish to me. So Stay long. We'll see whether Jimbo Cramer, kills it or not, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, IGV, great example of the signals from last week. This is a bearish signal, like and then it responded this week bullish. Look at that. Now, is that a signal you want to buy? Well, maybe. It's not the easiest signal, but I think the market is telling us that the bulls, man, they want software. At this time, software is high on the buy list. They threw it out right here as I don't know, man. But the reaction to that, definitely bullish. So we trade the reactions. We acknowledge the signal, and then we trade the reaction. Signal acknowledged, and the reaction, bullish. Pretty obvious, huh? Duh. ITB going sideways. Look at that, housing. Yeah, we'll see how that handles. Micro caps, up, down, back up. All right. Kind of reflects what happened in the market. IWM, same way. Up, down, back up. Although, yeah, lower volume here. They didn't want the IWM as much as they wanted the IGV. So there it is, This one, IYH, oof. I don't really know what's in this one quite to make what's driving it all super down, but let's look at time frame continuity. TFC, full time frame continuity. So these stocks are all bullish in here. How about on the negative side? Interesting. There's less negative stuff, but oh yeah, look at all those. Wait a minute. Interesting. Well, either way, it's not performing very well. Many other indexes are doing way better. So something's going on in healthcare. I don't know what. Transports. Amazing how the signals play out. Shooter bar, both bearish. Then the box breakout, which is bullish. Then this gray inside week. And now it ended this week with a bullish hammer. Not the easiest one to trade, but if you're overall bullish, that looks really good. More bullishness. What is that? Equal weighted index, up, down, up. Story of the week. Up, down, up. So the QQQs here are matching that. The only difference here I see on the QQQs is the volume's a lot lower. Look at the NASDAQ volume here, and look at the QQQ volume. To be honest, I don't know what the difference is, where the two are coming from. But I know QQQs are traded, so probably believe the QQQ volume more than the other one. But look at that. That's bullish, but not super duper bullish. RSP moving higher. Blue bar signal with the pullback week, and then it resumes going up. Pretty standard to me. Short-term bond rates, yeah, sort of stabilizing. They've been going up, which is not helpful. Semiconductors. Okay, last week had this signal, this white bar signal right here. How did it respond? Responded with a bullish reaction. Not the hugest bullish reaction. Didn't overcome. Just enough to sort of be like, yeah, they still like it. But did any institutional investors bet their funds on semiconductors? No. So take this reaction with a grain of salt. I would say we need to see it prove itself by really going back up to 260 here. Otherwise, if it waffles around here, it's still a candidate for going down. Still a candidate for going down like that. But we'll see. Sometimes the overall trend gets whacked, but then takes a few bars before it really starts to assert itself again. Like maybe 260 Maybe it needs 3 or 4 more weeks, and then it's going to really roll over. I don't know, but that's how to sort of judge it. S&P 500, yep, same as RSPs, but didn't react as well. Look at the difference. RSP, higher. S&P, which has more technology, didn't go as high. Interesting, huh? Woo! I could feel you nodding your head going, yeah, that's a good point, MDB. Yeah, look at that. SPY matches that, you see? So, interesting. Sentiment, down, up. I mean, like a freaking yo-yo, you know? What do you want? Otherwise, sentiment looks fine. It's all mid-range, you know? The tan solar actually got a little bit of some buying in here, but nothing that I think would change this trend. But we'll see. TLT, still hovering, but not recovering. I don't know. I would guess that maybe this week we see more down. Like I said, sometimes the trend is there, but it takes a couple of bars to keep it moving. So we got here the VIX with looks like it came down on the election, and now it's coming down again. With that, and let's see, VNQ REITs, not doing much. Home builders, sideways. Nothing special there that I see. Okay, XLE. Interesting. Oil and gas. Look at that rip. Yellow bar signal, pulled back. Yellow bar buy signal again. Box breakouts. Look at that going up. What is going on in an oil and gas? I do not know. XLF financials climbing higher. Bullish. Majority of the charts we're going to go over are bullish charts. So utilities kept making a comeback. So pretty bullish. Let's take a look at list 2. Big volumes. Textbook Darvas box breakouts. Look how big this list is. Still a big list. They just haven't fallen off. This one is just amazing. When I sold it here, I had no idea it could go up to 37, 38. Wow. Look how high it's gone up. Now, granted, it went way higher than that back in the day, and I traded this with my bud Bobby Axelrod up in here. But damn, look at that! Look at that go. Pretty good. This one, Affirm, keeps moving higher. Axon keeps moving higher. If you've again volume analysis, big up. A lot of selling on this one, but the range is very short. The buyers were in there, man, buying. Why would you sell that? Just people don't know what they're doing. And look, it just goes higher. This one here, BCOV, box breakout, yellow bar, moving up. It's a low budget midget, but big volume, looks good to me. BKR, box breakout, up. The blondie, box breakout, moving up. I mean, you know, look how many times BLND has broken out. Here, but you have to be real patient on this one. But if you got patience, the box breakout really helps guide you. The Bros, anybody buy Dutch Brothers? I thought it was toasted back in here. Nope. Then they reported a good number here. And look at that. Keeps going higher. This one keeps going higher. CVLT higher. I mean, you see bull markets everywhere. CVNA keeps going higher. Just amazing. Deck. Boom. Box breakout going higher. Notice here it took, 6 months from this spot for it to get its act together and start going up again. That's called digestion. What do we got here? Geo. Boom, baby. going up. Ion Q. Look at that. Green, green, green. They just got to get it. I bought it here. I sold it here. I didn't buy it back. Stupid me. When you think a close to a double is pretty darn good. No, man, it will triple. What are you talking about? Nobody told me. I didn't know. IoT, box breakout. Look, it had one here with no volume. Now this one actually has some volume. Not the easiest one to have owned. If you bought it back here, you really would have had to sit on it and really had faith. But if you had faith, you got rewarded. JP Morgan, higher. Boom. MicroStrategy, everybody's favorite Bitcoin, right? Look at that. Look at that going up. It started at 178. No, what call it 180. What's a double on 180? 360. Right here. 360, 460, 540. The triple right there. And look where they sold it. From here, it's a triple in how many weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Triple's pretty good. But here's the thing. Is this one flashing any sell signals? Oh. Giant pink bar sell signal, the pile driver. And the day before it had a shooter bar. This is flashing some problems here. And look at this, an inside bar, but volume was weak. It didn't make the average volume. Not good. So you know what I would do if I was long this still and I'd run through this? You better put your damn stop loss here about, let's call it 393. I'd punch out at 400 even. Good round number. Give it rope. If it trades higher, fantastic. If it breaks 400 or, 393 at worst, you better bail. That's my prediction. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Anything on the monthly? No, monthly has a box breakout, but look at it in comparison with the last time. Wow. Pretty amazing. What else we got? Net. Box breakout, Look at this volume. Green, red, green. And any nuclear, boy, this is a little speculative guy, but box breakout right here. Oracle up. You get the picture. PLTR, that's a bullish bar. But would I be really up here hitting buy tickets? No, man, I'd be looking for reasons to sell. But I just don't see very many signals. Anything on monthly? No. It's just doing great at the moment. Buckle your seatbelt. Hang in there. Roblox up, but then a little pullback. But still, that's a box breakout. Looking good. Rubric. I actually have some of this. Bought it down here. Bought here. Added here. And boom, look at that. Woohoo. Making money. Reddit. I passed on this. Had no idea this could go up from here to here. Looking good. Although any signals here, well, look at that right there on Friday. Some profit taking. I'd be a little wary of this. And there's no real box structure that is trading on, except this one here. RKLB. For some reason, I sold it here. Everybody in the world seemed to give me shit about it, which is funny because I've got other stocks that have made more money than this. People fall in love, It is what it is. Meanwhile, having almost 500 million shares outstanding, I don't see it going, well, it's at 11 billion. Sure, this could go higher, but there are other stocks that'll make you more. I thought this was a good trade. From here to here, I couldn't believe when people gave me crap over that. There's a lot of retail on this one. Retail is dumb money. Actually, retail is the same as institutions. Institutions are just as dumb, but they have a lot more cash to throw around. That's pretty much the difference. SE moving higher. I own that still. Shopify looks good. A little inside bar. This one here, snow. Boom. Box breakout. I do not have any of this. I shorted it successfully all through here. Then I tried to do it again in here and it just wouldn't take. So failure after failure. I gave up. And just as well I gave up because look at that. It would suck if I'd be short here on that one. That's for sure. Spotify moving up. Square. Box breakout moving up. Nice volume. Nice little volume sequence here. Tesla. 2 box breakouts here and here. They sold it here, but then demand kept pushing it higher. So we'll see what happens. URI moving higher. VST moving higher. Walmart. Boom. Look at that. Bar. Amazing. The Wolf keeps going higher. I have some of this one. So you see a long list of bullish stocks, just a long ass list. How many other stocks have bullish characteristics? List 3 is just bullish, but there aren't textbook box breakouts. Well, A-Labs keeps going up. Look at that. I do not have it. I tried it in here, but I screwed it up. That's all right. Oopsie, I messed up my buy. Yeah, right about there. AOSL, did anybody buy this one? I pointed out to you, see the volume? They sold it off on the red. They then launched into it on the green, even bigger than the red. That was your tell. That was the market tipping you off. Did anybody buy it? And look at it now. Big yellow bar buy signal. They're back, baby. I don't really follow this one closely. I don't really know what happened in here. I'm assuming it was some earnings shenanigans. It was shenanigans. APP had follow through on the bull signal right here. That's a hammer bar, bullish. Keep going up. Wait for a true sell signal. And it's hard to do that. There are times when you'll be like, I could swear it's topped. I could swear it's going to go down. No, man, wait for the signal. Warren Buffett getting even richer. Look at that. Chewy coming out. But again, no volume. That's why it's there. Costco moving higher. Inside bar and it triggered higher. Dash keeps going up. Like that. See, it's a bull market. DJT. Who's in control of DJT? Here's your quiz. Well, it's a little hard to say. We might have a box here. But look at the volume. Who's in charge? The bulls are in charge. They made a bigger statement than the bears. So, we saw they stepped up with their cash, but they got a little dicey here. But now we have an actionable signal. Set your alerts for the top of this bar. Whoopsie. There we go. Set your alerts. 33.77. If it hits 33.77, you may want to consider buying some of this. Why? Because the bulls are in charge. They've made an emphatic statement there. If it doesn't hit 33.77, do not buy it. That's the best trading advice I can give you. This one keeps going higher. That's in the family trust, by the way. I don't even need to buy it in my trading account. GH, look at that. A bearish shooter bar here and a bullish reaction. It went up. Now it's about ready to have a box breakout. God, I hope not. But I'd like to see this form more of a long base. But I think this company has potential in the future. So General Motors keeps going up. Hood, boom, boom, boom. Look at that volume. Boom, boom, boom. That looks real nice. ML, signal here. And what does it do? Bullish reaction. Stay long. No, 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 no. Be the ball. Stay long. Netflix, higher. Now, higher. Okay, NVIDIA. This here actually shouldn't even be on this list because that is a bearish signal. I'm short NVIDIA. This one, Oclo. Look at this. Up, down, up. I mean, it's just, some of these are just too difficult. Pan W, up, but, you know, that one's a winner. Root. Anybody have Root? I got Root. I'm up 30 points. Made more money in Root than I did in RKLB. Nobody's come out and said, you made a mistake. Backseat traders, you know, just the worst. Upstart. I know a lot of people are talking bullishness and Upstart, but, you know, big up, pull back down. Now an inside bar, a little tough. But you know what? Instead of guessing, let's just create alert lines. And if they trigger, well, now you know. Make it easy on ourselves. VRT, moving higher. But look, there's your big buy signal there in VRT. See, signals galore. The market tells us what to do, man. All right, bearish signals. There are some bearish signals out there. So the market is becoming winners and losers. Now, not everyone has followed through because, again, it's a bull market. So we get on Airbnb, bearish hammer. It does trigger just a smidge here, just a smidge to the downside, but then this past week, boom, goes right back up. If you had shorted it, you're immediately covering. Like cover, cover, cover. I try and watch stocks like a hawk. Like if I trade, let's watch it. It's got to hold above. If you get any kind of contrary action, man, be ready to punch out. What the hope is that, well, you take the trade on this and then it immediately goes clunk. And now you're in the money. You don't need to worry about it. On this one went down for a sec, but as it started climbing, start getting nervous, right? Maybe set an alert. Boom, boom, boom. The alert goes off. Yeah, this one's not working. I better cover it. Now, I didn't even try it, but that's the sequence of events in your head. And here we go. We got a bullish signal. So I'm going to put this one back into watching list. I'm really not interested in it, but it's just an example of signals. Meanwhile, AMD, pink bar signal here, and it can barely do anything on a very bullish week. I think AMD is headed for down. It has no big green volume in here. Red, red, red. What's it doing? You got the pink bar signal here, zero bullish reaction. If you're looking to short selling, I might have to think of short betting against it. You know where I'm going to do it? This is an inside week. Right there. Bet against it. Amazon with the pullback. Box breakout. Red sell down. And now the breakout is over on Amazon. I mean, it's not totally over, but for the moment, it didn't stick. ANET. Here's an example of the shorts I put on right here. Oopsie. Right here on this week. And I thought it was doing great because it had the shooter bar signal It then triggered to the downside, had a box breakdown on big volume, and then what does it do? Whoosh, goes right back up in my face. So I covered this. I made like $2. $2 on a $400 stock. Yeah, okay. But you see, I'm prepared for it's going down, but if it goes back up, all right, screw it, cover it, move on. I tried. Most Twitter traders will say, yeah, man, I sold it here at the low. I saw it was turning. No, man. This thing moves fast. So you gotta be on your toes. Same deal on ARM. I shorted it here last week. Well, it started climbing this week. I'm like, time to get out. It's not working. So I covered that one. It still doesn't look great, but that's how you manage your trade. Don't lose money. Just don't lose money. ASTS still on this bearish list because of the shooter bar formed an inside week. And if this one does drop down, I'll just laugh because retail loves this stock, just like they love RKLB. Kava, red volume. The bulls stepped up. Oh, fairly impressive. So the bulls think that this has more life ahead of it. Very interesting. CEG. Look at this. You know what? Kava, I'll keep it on this list for one more week. If it closes up next week, I'll take it off. CEG, same deal. Look at this. Box breakdown goes down, and then this week, boosh, back up. And back into the box range. I'll keep it for one more week, and then I'll take it off. SLH keeps going down, but maybe this is the bottom. I don't know. Coin, what is that? Shooter time. Uh-oh. Potential bearish. Does that help MSTR? No. Crocs, down, but had a good week, but we'll see. If it keeps going up, I'll take this off the list. Give it one more week. DHI, same sort of deal. Hard to figure out where it's going. ENPH, I actually covered this one. Why did I cover it? Because basically, if I drew a line across the bottom of the pink bar, right like that. This is what happened on snow. Same deal on snow from right here. I shorted it here, went down, and then started coming back up. And if I draw a line across right like that, and ended up struggling with it. So there you go. So I made a trading decision. Okay, we'll see what happens. But this one was a pretty good trade from like 104 down to about 65, almost 40 points. Not too shabby. Meanwhile, FSLR looks kind of like it's going down. Maybe we got to go bet against that one. We'll put this as a potential. This one here, huge bar here, but now going sideways. 2 inside weeks. That means it's getting tight. We'll see what happens. LMT, woof. Look at these. I don't see anything positive at the moment. Boy, that really turned. Meta, pink bar, potential down. mRNA down, but look at this. Bulls stepped up here. Why are they covering? I don't know. Steel was threatening down, but now maybe sideways. And back to NVIDIA. So I shorted it on this bar up here for shits and giggles. Yeah, I made a little bit, but it came back pre-earnings. When it had the earnings and started moving up, I'm like, well, that's it. It's going back up. But then it started coming back down again. So I pretty much shorted it in just about the exact same place. I'm short at 148. And look at this. It closed at 141. Well, almost call it 142. But now we've got a bearish situation. Uh-oh. a shooter bar with a trigger down here, and I'm short it. Woof, maybe it'll work. If this stock is going down, we shall see. I do not know. This week is going to be very crucial. But if it does go down, then I'll have the privilege of saying I shorted NVIDIA near the top. But I really wish I had been instead saying, yeah, I bought it down here at the bottom. Well, can't win them all. I didn't know. I didn't know anything about AI. Neither did anybody else. PI, I don't have PI, but it keeps drifting down. This pullback was pretty nasty. Bought it here, sold it here. Qualcomm, I am short Qualcomm. Look at that. Sell signal, sell signal, sell signal. Took it here. Look at that. It's going down. This one might have a box breakdown. So imagine if NVIDIA and Qualcomm both go down. Oof. It's a bull market in many areas, but not in that area. Ferrari, box breakdown. Yeah, it's a downtrend. Look at that. Rivian, interesting how it had this awful signal. And then what did it do this next week? A very tight inside weak bar. But volume was low, so we'll see. SMCI come back, but that's not a reason to buy right here. It's not really a buy signal. Stinger just getting awful. I don't know what the deal is here. TM, well, I don't know much about this one. TMDX, the one I just laugh about, because this is the one which people who don't know how to read charts all piled into and bought. Anybody who's plugging this one doesn't know how to read a chart, in my opinion. Box breakdown. Ooh, maybe it's going to rebound. We like it. Oof, earnings, barf, no. And then they're all buying like down in here in 100. The juice was buying at 100, I think. Well, now it's 76 and going down. So read a chart. Learn how to read charts. That's all I can say. The Zeta down here. Yeah, okay, maybe value buyers thought it here. I'm not interested. But that's a vote of confidence right there. We'll see. And then the Zimmer. I tried it, bought it here. It went up. I was like, great. And then, oof, sold it right there. And now that looks pretty ugly. Shipping, maybe ugly. But for a potential trade, maybe short AMD as well to go along with NVIDIA and Qualcomm. That would be a very interesting hedge to any gains in my longs, huh? And I covered ENPH, so yeah, I may need some. We shall see. But I want to show you, not the breakdowns. I want to show you one more on the watching, and then we'll wrap this up. So Apple, one of the market leaders, huge market cap, looks close to flirting with a box breakout, right? The yellow bar signal. Well, I took a look at Apple's website. Apple appears to be discounting. Get an Apple gift card up to $200 when you buy an eligible product. Now, granted, this is Black Friday and everything, but does Apple usually offer discounts, gift cards when you buy products? iPhone, get up to $75. Mac, get up to $200. iPad, get up to $100. iWatch. If this is not unusual, okay, well then I'm just sort of, false alarm. But if they don't have a history of doing that, well then could we see some action on Apple going down? I don't know. But I thought I'd show that because I just thought it was very unusual. Otherwise, the list of stocks I'm just watching is on here, but they didn't have any actionable enough triggers for me to want to put it on the other lists. But in the meantime, we still have a ton of of stocks in valid box breakouts. That's very bullish. So the bulls are still dominating this market. But there is opportunity for, I'll call it hedging, smart hedging. And by doing that, you can take advantage of the opportunities as you see them. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great trading week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.